The second book is actually a combination of two papers. It is a reprint of a paper that I produced in college many, many years ago. It is called The Terra Papers, The Hidden History of Planet Earth, in which I outlined the history that I spoke of last night and some of what I talked about this evening. Our third book is called Prophecy, in which we discuss the crop circles, the petroglyphs, the ancient Hopi prophecies, the Hebrew, Egyptian, Sumerian, Babylonian, several prophecies, and we are suggesting that these prophecies are being fulfilled. We are suggesting that the gods are returning, that there will be the return of the divine power of heaven. The fourth book is a reprint of that which I submitted to Europe. It is the report known as the Second Coming Conspiracy, in which we produce historical evidence, tremendous amounts of documentation, and a linguistic study, one, to identify who the head of Baphomet is. We also provide the scenario for the staging of the Second Coming. If this material is too difficult for you, I thank you for your time, and thank you for at least being able to sit through this long. But for those of you who are interested, if you could please give us a call. Let us know. Our number is area code 602-404-8050. My daughters will be with us in the next couple of days, and you can give us a call. Thank you to those of you who called this morning and this afternoon. The response has been very, very pleasing indeed. Again, you can reach us at area code 602-404-8050. You may not like the work, and it may be disturbing, but I provide sufficient documentation that I think I can give you pause to reconsider what we consider to be our real history. Very quickly, if I don't get a chance, the Dead Sea Scrolls Deception, Bayesian, Lee, and Lincoln, Holy Blood, Holy Grail, Messianic Legacy, Jesus and the Riddle of the Dead Sea Scrolls by Barbara Thiering, The Jesus Conspiracy by Holger Kirsten, Jesus Lived in India by Holger Kirsten, Hugh Schoenfeld, The Passover Plot, those incredible Christians. He has several works, and I recommend all of them. I am trying to present to you a story that is not just the results of my efforts, but that there are numerous researchers out there who are attempting with an open mind to discover the truth. And the truth can be very disturbing and scary. We are being lied to. We are being manipulated. Again, let me reiterate, I do not in any way, shape, or form deny the existence of an ultimate divinity. I do deny what has been portrayed as a divinity. In the next segment, I would like to talk, in the final segment, I would like to talk about UFOs in general, the Santilli tape, the Chupacabras, Yeti, and Sasquatch. There's so many things that I would like to pursue, time will not permit. But I especially want to focus on the fulfillment of ancient prophecies. Recently, we were treated in the skies to a comet known as Hyakutake. Curiously, it snuck into our solar system. I find it extraordinarily interesting that none of the major observatories, none of the national observatories, none of them found a comet that snuck into our solar system. It was an individual with a high-powered pair of binoculars in Japan who discovered Hyakutake. We are about, in April of this next year, we are about to be treated to another display in the skies. It is known as Hale-Bopp. He has already made an appearance. He is circling the sun and is coming back. My understanding is that under clear night skies, it may be possible at this time to even spot his return. In the next hour, I'm going to suggest to you that the Hale-Bopp comet and Comet Hyakutake are fulfilling Hopi prophecy. I have the extreme good fortune to know quite well and have worked with Colin Andrews, Busty Taylor, and several of those individuals who have worked on crop circles. I suggest that their work on crop circles, their presentation of this material, also provides evidence that the prophecies of old are coming true. I believe that we are about to be visited by divinities, that the next 10 years are going to be some of the most dramatic of our time. I am sure that you've been noticing that we are being constantly inundated, constantly bombarded by movies and books, videos, television presentations of extraterrestrials, of UFOs, of strange phenomena. I believe we're being prepared. I believe it's been a long time program, but that the heat is being turned up now to get us accustomed to the return of extraterrestrials. I also suggest that we are being led to believe that the extraterrestrials who are about to arrive are the bad guys, that we must unite, that we must form a one world order in order to defend ourselves against an extraterrestrial threat. The scenario is being made clear daily. The European community has already begun to unify itself with a one-world economy, a one-world currency, and I'm sure that most of you are familiar with what is going on in our own country. I personally am disturbed. However, I am not an advocate of violence. I do not advocate the overthrow of our institutions. I do, however, advocate the return to power of the individual citizen. I am very concerned with what we are being presented with. My apologies to any of you who I have offended either last night or this evening. The material which we have presented can be documented, and you can look it up yourself. I advocate it. I absolutely, in fact, demand that you examine our work carefully, take it apart, challenge it, and question it. Accept none of it. And do the same for any and all authors. The message must never, ever depend on the messenger. The truth must stand on its own. Oftentimes, when we have conducted workshops in the past, people have asked me, well, what is the truth? How do I find the truth? How will I recognize it? The analogy that I present is simple. If you are sitting with two individuals, one person might take a look at a bear in the forest, and they would describe the bear as a very gentle, compassionate beast of nature, one who is part of the world. Another individual sitting right next to the first would describe the bear as a very nasty, rotten, evil carnivore, one who is temperamental and will take a bite out of your side just as soon as he would look at you. The question is, which one is the truth about the bear? Is it the woman who suggests that the bear is a gentle, compassionate beast of nature? Is it the man who says that the bear is a dangerous and evil creature? Is it a combination of the two? Is it somewhere in the middle? Do we need to take a poll of the rest of the planet? Do we need to talk to the scientists and get their opinion as to what the truth is? I suggest to you that the simple answer is the truth of the bear is the bear. There are days in which he is angry and which he is violent. There are days in which he is placid and he is calm. The truth of the bear is that he changes. The difficulty in searching the truth is that I suggest it changes. The individual whom you married has changed. Hopefully, you have grown together. It is possible that the paths have separated. Last night, we described how the institution of marriage began, how a divine being, a star being, proclaimed the bond created, the union not be disturbed and broken. We explained why adultery was was prohibited. I believe, again, that we have been manipulated and deceived by the powers that be that are not earthly. Ladies and gentlemen, read every book you can. Study everything that is out there. Challenge and question everybody. Accept no one Messiah, no one guru. I highly recommend a book that is entitled, If You Meet Buddha on the Road, Kill Him. The work is not violent. It is not an exercise in assassination. In fact, it simply says that the truth changes, and he who proclaims himself as the one does not have the truth. In the next hour, we will continue with Hale-bopp and Comet Hyakutake. We are going to predict in the next hour an event that we believe is going to take place in the skies, probably in September or October. We have been recently treated to some new crop circle formations, which we would like to talk about. We have had several calls today, people who are asking me if I am denying the existence of spirit guides, if channeling and mediums, psychics, clairvoyance, clairaudience, if my position is that they are all hoaxsters, if they are individuals who are abusing mankind and the seekers of knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not doing that. In fact, I do believe that there are people who have the abilities and the powers to get glimpses into the future and glimpses into the past. I believe that there are a precious few who have the abilities and the integrity to deliver their message, or at least their insights, with integrity, with honesty, without a malicious or self-serving intent. Yes, I do believe in ghosts. Time will not permit in this last evening's program to discuss them. Perhaps in the future we'll have the opportunity. Spirit guides are often described as Native Americans, as some sort of an Indian. In fact, our research has shown that there are extraterrestrials who have influenced mankind, who are in fact covered with feathers. The difficulty lies in the fact that they are very likely not human, that they are of a bird descent, and that we as human beings recognize only one group of people as the wearers of feathers, and that's the Native American.